Students, my name is Priya and today we are going to discuss about myths and facts of IELTS. I'm going to discuss about 5 myths and facts which I have observed over the years of my career as an IELTS trainer. So it's a fun fact also, and it was kind of revelatory and it was enlightening too. Um, it's nice to know my students, interact with them, understand their psyche, understand their needs and the anxiety they go through for IELTS just because they're also taking a big step in their career to go abroad. So that also plays a very, very crucial role in their IELTS test. Okay, now the myths I have encountered, the myths and facts which students have, or I could also call it preconceived notions those students have about IELTS. First for listening, let me state that in listening, students have this idea that they would not follow British accent. They think no, it will be very difficult to follow the accent in the listening test, which I have over the years. I have noticed that even children have changed that attitude towards listening once they practice listening. So this idea, strangely, they develop it even before attempting a listening test, or sometimes they're attempting a listening test and it's quite an easy accent and they feel no, it's very heavily accented and they are not able to follow. So this is one of the myths. Students, please rest assured that British Council is that way, very, very kind, and have their tapes recorded in neutral accent, very easy to follow accent, and it's just that students need to concentrate and fully focus on the listening tape. The second myth I would like to say is about reading. Now, in reading, students have an experience of reading passages in school, that is maybe 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th. So, in my school days, we never had comprehension passage, but I think lately SSC board or CBSE board only had comprehension passages in exams. So student thinks, oh, it's very easy to crack, nothing, just relate the terms and you get the answer. So, which is wrong. Actually, reading passages are quite difficult. The topics are sometimes very dry. I don't want to instill fear of reading in you, but I want to I want to make a realistic note. I want to realistic narrative. I want you to take it seriously, that please understand that reading passages in IELTS demands for critical reading, critical analysis, that you must analyze what is there in the passage, what is the topic, what is the author trying to say, why has the author written it. It is not just about the fact, and there are characters and those characters are as an answer or question. Like, it's not like about Ramayana and the question asked is who was Ram and who was Sita, who took Sita away, who kidnapped Sita, who abducted Sita. These kind of questions will never be asked in IELTS. In IELTS, if Ramayana was the passage, maybe the question asked that what was Ram's intention in going to going into exile, and why exactly do you think that Ravan abducted Sita. So there needs to be a change in perspective to solve reading. So please, the second myth is the reading passages are same as you encountered in school. Then this myth has to be shattered and broken. Please take reading a little more seriously. The third myth is about speaking. So students, if they have a decent conversation with their friends, or students who watch English series, students who watch English movies, and they fairly understand English, they think that speaking is no big deal. I mean, what is there? I always speak with my friends. I can always strike up a decent conversation. So speaking test is not a mean feat for me. But let me remind you, IELTS demands for flawless English, IELTS demands for error-free English. So if you are making mistakes while speaking, if you are regardless of grammar in speaking, you may not be able to have a desirable score. I mean, you will not score as much you were expecting. So this has happened quite Often this has really happened quite often. Students who speak fluently, students who speak good English. So the thing is that even now when I'm speaking with you, not necessarily I'm entirely grammatically correct because I want to maintain a flow. But this is not considered in IELTS speaking. When you're speaking, you not only have to be loyal to the question. I mean, you have to understand the question, you have to understand what you are supposed to speak, but you also have to be very, very conscious with the grammar required to speak whatever you want to speak. So that's another myth, that if you have a decent conversation outside, you would be able to get a real nice score in speaking in IELTS. In writing, there are two tasks. For academics, that is task 1, descriptive writing, and task 2 is essay writing. Now, the myths that students hold are that they have to write something out of box. They have to write something which will be admired and accoladed or applauded by everyone. So please don't put a pressure on yourself for that. That essay writing is only read by your raters, and they are not even looking out for some out of box ideas. They don't have time for that. They are not there to enjoy some out of box writing or fantastic writing. They can always go on Google and read write-ups on the same topics. What they are looking for is how well you can express yourself, how well you can elaborate an idea, how well you can put your thoughts across, or put your opinion across. So when you are writing an essay, ensure that you are not making any mistake. So it has to be, of course, it has to be decent, it has to be good, it can be out of box, it can be a fascinating essay. But you can't overlook the fact that you cannot deviate from the topic, you cannot take grammar for granted, you cannot take spellings for granted, and all sorts of grammatical range is exercise. So please try to understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to say here, you can write a wonderful essay, but not at the cost of grammar, vocabulary, spelling. So this is a myth that you write some out of box idea and you get a score. The teacher will appreciate your essay and overlook grammar, vocabulary, and the idea. Okay, so please remember this. Now let me put an overall myth shattering point, and that is that IELTS is like your school exam, 10th exam, 12th exam, that you practice, you memorize things, and you know what questions are going to be asked and what answers are there for the questions, and it's all in your memory, you just regurgitate and you get your score. No, this does not happen in IELTS. In IELTS, you go like, if ever you play sports, then you practice, you practice all the strokes. If I'm talking about cricket or lawn tennis, you practice all your strokes, you practice all sorts of possibilities, yet when you're playing the game, it's all afresh. So that is IELTS. So you need to be on the game on that day. So it's all about on that day. So you need to practice all sorts of strokes for IELTS. That is, here all the strokes meaning English. You need to be really well versed with English, so anything under the umbrella of English is asked and you are fit to answer. So that is all about myths and facts in IELTS. It was really nice to let you know my opinion on this. Thank you so much. I hope this helps you a great deal. Please share, like, and subscribe this video. And remember, you need to practice English for a better score in IELTS. Thank you.